three obvious signs that you're spiritually growing, that you're experiencing spiritual growth. These signs don't lie. It's automatic. You can't be experiencing these signs and then you not be growing spiritually. It doesn't matter what your mind tells you, or if your feelings, what they tell you, or if you're not basking in peace and serenity. That doesn't matter. If you have these signs, you're growing spiritually. Okay, what's the first one? You notice that the people, the places, the things, what you used to do, the environments, the situations that you used to like to do, that you kind of always knew was a little low level. I got to turn this phone off. Intruders keep calling. You notice you used to get a hit from those things in the past, but you kind of knew that you shouldn't be doing them. But you did them anyway because you like that hit. Okay. Now, it's like you can't do them anymore. You don't get the hit anymore. You get more of a feeling like, why am I doing, like, this is stupid. Like, I've outgrown this. Why am I doing this? The people that are doing it that you used to do it with, maybe they're still enjoying it. They're asking you, like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, we're going out to Mac tonight. Like, oh, look at her. Ooh, she looked at you. You're like, yeah, but whatever. Like, so what? That's spiritual growth. Those things don't have a pull anymore for you. That's when sometimes the people get worried and they start telling me that you're like alone, you're lonely, you're gonna be like this forever. No, you got to pass through that stage. This is, don't you see? This is the process. You stop doing the nonsense you used to do. So then you're kind of like disoriented a little bit. You're a little confused for a while. Like, what am I doing now? My whole life just kind of got uprooted. Who am I now? I thought I knew who I was, but I don't enjoy any what's going on? Go through that, bear that, and then your true self is going to get revealed. It's going to unfold. On this planet, in this dimension, things happen slow. Check it. Remember that. Enjoy the time of not knowing anything. Like, relax for a while. If you had a life like me, man, I mean, I didn't sleep till I was in my 30s. Just always doing something, Nothing. Thought it was something, it was nothing. So enjoy that period. So that's one sign. What's another sign? Your perception's more subtle. You start to sense vibration and energy. You start to feel. If you're a guy or if you're a girl and there's a prospective partner or person maybe that you used to be attracted to, that type, whatever your type is, now you notice energetically where they're at. You may not even articulate it like that, but something will just feel like, I don't know, not really interested. Their talk is a bit superficial. I used to could be able to overlook that because I was more interested in my fantasies and projections and, they have a nice body and maybe we can get together. I'll look good with her in public, or I'll look good with him in public, etc. But like, I've outgrown that now, so now I'm seeing them more for where they're at, their stage of evolution, via a certain vibration, a certain energetic smell, and I'm kind of like not interested. That's spiritual growth. That's a good sign. You're reading energy now. You see? You're aware of people's motives also, because you're aware of your own motives. When you know yourself, you know everybody else. That's what a good teacher is, because they've been through the stages, so they know, they can see where somebody's at. Not psychic, it's obvious. They can smell the stage that you're in. So that's what you're doing when you're when you're listening to people talk or why they're saying certain things. You can sense and smell like, they're just doing that to brag, to try to get some attention, to try to get me to be like, wow, you're really good. You can smell that. You can smell ego. You've transcended ego to a certain point, so now you can smell it. Makes sense, right? You're at a higher vantage point, so now you can see. You're on the top of a mountain, you can see the other paths going up the mountain because you're on top of the mountain. Whereas if you're also going up the mountain, you can't really see anything. You need to be at a higher vantage point. So when you start to read energy and vibration, it's because you're growing spiritually. What's the third reason? The third sign, spiritual growth. So I've talked about this before. This self-introspection thing's a big deal. This is where it's at. This trumps if you're like meditating religiously every morning and evening, 2 hours, no matter what meditating, but then the rest of your day you're unconscious. When you're doing introspection and you're constantly, in a non-obsessive way, in a joyful way, check your inner alignment. Am I aligned? Am I aligned? Or am I playing in thought streams or giving attention to thoughts that are just low level and I have no business doing? Because if I am doing that, that's going to lead to low level actions. It all starts up here. So you're constantly catching yourself out. And it's fun. And you're not taking your feelings so personal. Something inside has realized, whoa, I've embarked on a high-level spiritual journey, transformation, which most people don't. Even the ones that are claiming to be spiritual, they're doing it. Their motives are messed up. You can smell that too. Remember, you can smell motives. So you know, like, oh, he's going to the yoga circle to try to get a girl. Same with her. Like they're lusting, but they don't know it. They're calling it tantra. You can see all that, you see, because you're checking your motives and your inner alignment, so then you can see other people's motives and inner alignment. I mean, don't get to where you start thinking you know everybody. That the ego can come back in through that way too. But it's a sober just noticing and seeing. That's all. And you enjoy this self-reflection, because the more you self-reflect, the more opportunity you have to transcend something that's blocking your peace. So you like doing it. And the things that you feel stuck and you just don't have the strength to do, you accept that. You're like, okay, like, hey, I'm doing the best I can do. It's going to take some time, and don't put a time limit on it. You just keep trying to be conscious as much as you can. Let the grace of God help do for you what you can't do for yourself, because that's how it has to happen anyway. All right? Let me know how you like that video.